Hello and welcome to Kelly Loves K-Pop. We're back again. It's getting to be November. It's getting to be the end of the year, and you know what that means? 2023 forecast. We're starting up again. Today we're going to do one for ATEEZ because I don't think I got to them last year and they were one of the big requests. So I want to go ahead and start with them to see how their 2023 might look. We're going to pull 3 cards for each month, just like I did for my forecast last year. I might have some links to the old ATEEZ readings I've done before, but I feel like I haven't done a reading on them in a while, so we're due. And I feel like they've been an extremely busy group. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pull some cards and see how they do. All right, let's see for January. January, how are ATEEZ doing in January? The Devil, the High Priestess, Justice in Reverse. I know they've had some legal issues, so it may be that a legal issue they've been fighting on, they're not going to get the ruling they want, or it could be that there's just more unfair treatment. They could be dealing with more people plagiarizing them. It sounds like they could be dealing with something like that. Someone taking advantage of them. And with the High Priestess, it's very much like this person knows what they're doing. Yeah, I feel like whatever kind of woes they've been going through this year, January is going to start off with, like, you know, SSDD, if you know what that means. Yeah, I'm a little worried about them. I think because, you know, KQ, it's not that it's necessarily such a small company, but it really does feel like they don't have the same pull as the big four, which is crazy to me because if KQ had connections to, you know, Block B, and it kind of comes from this they're a long-standing company. You know, they've changed names, changed maybe ownership or something, but I feel like they should have a legal team that can do more than they're doing. But all right, let's go into February. Five of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. They do have something profitable happening in February. It's probably a comeback. I feel like they're always busy. They're always doing some kind of comeback. I think it's November right now, so I think they're starting to promote a Japanese release. So I think February sounds like they're gonna come back with a Korean release. If January or February sounds like when, you know, the things finally feeling like they're going their way, or they're finally doing something they're confident in. Five of Pentacles means, though, they're gonna spend a lot of money, it seems, going into that. So it could just mean like that comeback or that event that they're doing in February is going to be very lavish, maybe very expensive costumes, or very expensive sets, or traveling somewhere to shoot the video, shooting the video abroad, maybe. Something like that. Something where they're putting everything they have into it financially, but it'll pay off. Because it's like it's a smart decision. They're not mismanaging their funds. They know exactly what they're doing. So it's going to return to them in the way that they want it to. Let's go into March. We're at the King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands usually means writing something for other people. Could mean collaboration of some kind with someone else, especially with this King of Swords in reverse. Could be that it's not their project. They're just helping out creatively. Also kind of feels like variety show, maybe. It does seem like they creatively partake in something that's not their project. And then we have that Nine of Pentacles, which means they're also not getting paid too much for it. So it means they're doing it probably for promotion. So again, it's some kind of collaboration. I feel like it's some kind of variety show. Could be just something for their own channel, their own, I don't know if they're on Weverse or Universe or whatever, social media program. But it seems like something like that, some kind of activity for that, where they're not getting paid a lot, but they're creatively helping, and it's probably for a promo. So let's see. Let's go ahead and look into April. Queen of Pentacles. Also, I'm seeing lots of kings, lots of queens, which means also like they're out there. They've got people around them, kind of working. They're working with a lot of people outside of themselves, which is really good. They not only have a big team, but it seems like they work well with a lot of other companies and, a lot of other artists, things like that, which I don't think is surprising for ATEEZ. I think they're kind of a friendly group. I'm not surprised that they're probably friends with a lot of other groups, and people like working with them. So Queen of Pentacles. So this is also another way that they're helping someone else or something else financially. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So something about a choice, or almost maybe doing two things at once. This sounds like they have multiple things going at once and they have to let one of those things go because it just didn't work out the way they wanted to. Or rescheduling a project even, maybe. Like they could just have too much on their plate and they have to choose one over the other, what's more important. The Queen of Pentacles makes me feel somebody else is involved, or some other company or production. Could be they have like a foreign production team working with them. Or even if it's not foreign, just a production team, maybe that's not in-house, It could be them trying to write their own songs for an upcoming release, and they have to choose between multiple kind of things. So we may hear someone talking about that, like they had songs they were writing or projects they were doing that they had to give up on in favor of something else. But, that happens all the time. So it just means kind of for April, they have their hands full. They have a lot of projects going on, and they get to choose between them. The Sun in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles. The King of Cups in reverse. Okay, so now we're seeing May bringing some hardships their way. Sun in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. Something's taking too long. And the King of Cups in reverse means someone's very upset about that. So it could be a personal project that keeps getting pushed back, maybe due to the decisions of the month before. It could be more legal issues that are bogging them down. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can pull a clarifier just this month. Why are they upset? Ace of Cups. I mean, someone could be going through a personal issue. We could see someone having a personal issue in May. Because the Ace of Cups is your personal feelings. Sometimes it's your love of self too. And the King of Cups in reverse, I don't know if it's an anxiety hiatus, but we may see someone taking a personal hiatus or something like that in May. Or just not participating in a couple things for a little while. Maybe not like a big type of hiatus, but taking a personal break maybe because of something bogging them down. They don't seem like a group that would have financial problems, but it could be because of this. But also to me, Knight of Pentacles just means something that you're working through that you can't rush. You have to take your time and deal with this thing. So someone may have been putting off personal responsibilities and it's catching up to them. So maybe in May, that's what's going on. So a member has a personal thing. So now we're in June. All right, so the Four of Swords in reverse, the Chariot. Okay. And the Fool. I'm seeing Tour. I'm seeing Tour in June. Pause. Someone's pause is over, so whatever member was taking time off is probably back. Chariot means forward momentum, progress, and can mean happiness too. And then the Fool is something new, starting off on something completely new. So Yeah, I see big announcement in June, feels like tour. I mean, it could mean solo for someone as well, but I'm really, no one ATEEZ, I feel like it's tour. I feel like they toured like, what, twice this year already? So I think by next summer, they'll be ready and raring to go. Also, if you like these readings, I offer them for you personally through my Etsy, which is linked in the description of every video. So if you want to have a year ahead forecast for yourself, I do 1 month ahead, I do 6 months ahead, I do 1 year ahead. You can choose whatever you're interested in. The Devil comes back in July. So we're seeing a message. Something becomes very public in July. Again, I know ATEEZ at this point are not afraid to make a public scene when they feel people are ripping them off or doing something. And the Devil doesn't mean this is the same issue as from January, though it could be. But it could just be something where ATEEZ is unhappy about a situation and they have no problem coming out, talking about it. Especially Ace of Cups makes me think they're going to directly talk to the fans about it. Something going on that they don't like, or an outside pressure that they feel was out of their control. But I do feel like July, we're going to see them commenting on something. You know, if they've been waiting all year since January to comment on that situation, we may see that. Or someone's just going to say something to them and they're going to just publicly, you know, make their own comments about it. Something like that. I see them coming out, you know, in the news because ATEEZ addressed a situation. I see something like that. All right, so August. Let's see what's going on in August for ATEEZ. Let's see. That Sun in reverse again. King of Cups again. So August also seems disappointed. So maybe, I don't know if it'll be related to the other month of speaking out caused them to have some backlash. Somebody might apologize for something, or someone again might be going through something personal. There may be a personal disappointment going on in someone's life, or there may be some kind of award or something that they were up for that they don't get, and there's a big disappointment because the Five of Pentacles really makes me feel like it's something you think you should have that you're not getting. Not controlling your feelings, letting those kind of negative emotions out in a way. But all of this seems very closed off for some reason. It seems kind of separate. This card also talks about kind of being separate. So I don't know if we'll see, or maybe in August we'll hear them being kind of quiet for a reason. You know, maybe a member has a reason why they're kind of just quiet and solemn that month. Or again, maybe the fandom is disappointed because there was something they deserved that they didn't get. Could be either one of those things. So September. Queen of Cups. Excuse me, Six of Swords. And the Hierophant in reverse. You know, this is talking about emotions that you feel for others. This is like losing someone they view as like a teacher or an important person. So I don't know if there's something going on in the news with a very important celebrity that also influenced them that is not good, or someone close to them kind of has, again, I don't know if it's an issue, like their label, you know, has brought them into a situation they're not happy about. But September also seems a bit hard. It also could mean they're ready to like elevate something to the next level. They're ready to leave behind kind of a way they were told to be almost. They're kind of feeling ready to move on. Maybe they're not moving on yet, but they're like feeling boxed in almost. You know, people telling them you should do this, you should be this way, and saying that they can't fight that system. It's showing a little bit of that too. But Queen of Cups means they're kind of like standing strong, caring for other people, putting in kind of the emotional work that needs to be done to take care of themselves. So they could be in something like that. They could be in another situation they're not totally happy with, but they're trying to make like the best of it. So let's go ahead and see October. What's going on in October? All right, Six of Cups. King of Cups in reverse again. And the Eight of Pentacles. So we're moving on. October seems like a brighter month. Something familiar is helping bring them up again. Again, there's still some upset. There's still some like down feelings. Someone is still sitting in their feelings quite a lot about something. But we're seeing nostalgia and growth. So going back to something they had before, or it could be something that they had planned before that they didn't get to do, has now gotten its time to resurface. So we talked about some things earlier in the year where they were too busy and they had to let it go. Could be that it comes back, but maybe not in the way that they want it to. There might have been some big changes made to whatever this is to make it finally available, you know, to release to the public. Or it could be something that it was meant to be an album song, and it's now like an OST song that may get buried, kind of. Something like that. Maybe it's like, it's done for profit. Basically, it's done as a business decision for the company, but they're maybe not super happy about it. Either that, or I see someone having some old friends around, but due to work, they're kind of not able to see them. As far as any kind of personal thing, it seems like kind of a disappointment that someone from the past could be getting neglected due to business. So there's something like that too. Let's go to November. Judgment. The Magician. And that Six of Swords again. Usually magicians pop up for me as solo work. Something a solo member is doing on their own. And Judgment could mean a very public showing of something. So a lot of times that does still mean like a solo member debut. Something like that in November. Or if it's not a debut, it's still like a solo work. Which I feel like is kind of rare for ATEEZ. Or maybe I'm just not deep enough in the fandom that I see their solo stuff. I always just see them as a group. The Six of Swords in reverse means it's still going to be like very ATEEZ, the solo members' work. I don't think it's going to change anything wildly in their concept. I think they're going to stick in their concept for a good public reception. Like it's very, even though it's solo, it's still, I represent the team feeling to me. So November, I'm seeing solo work. So that's November. We got one more month. Let's see. High Priestess again. Four of Swords. Five of Cups. Five of Cups. I'm going to pull on this Five of Cups. Three of Wands. Okay, so there's planning. December talks about taking intentional time away to plan. I feel like if I was going to draw January, it would say come back again. So this feels like pre-planning. So solo member opportunity and then another month of planning, because the High Priestess talks about gathering your higher intuition, but also like your creativity, your knowledge of who you are and what you want to do. Obviously, Four of Swords means coming out of like a quiet pause. So it's like getting up your motivation to start something again. But we're not actively starting it yet. We're preparing, right? And then those Five of Cups kind of talks about something you had to give up. In this case, you know, people probably just disagreeing on concept or song. You know, that's a common thing. You're going to have multiple people. Not everyone gets what they want. But it tells me the reason why they're giving it up is because they're planning for something to go out into the world. They're manifesting. So December is a quiet time, but a busy time at the same time. So they're quiet probably in December because they're planning. That doesn't mean they won't do award shows or anything like that. It just means they're probably, you know, not putting out new content. In December. They're going to be planning for that, working on it. Yeah, using kind of like their forethought and the quiet reprieve to do things. So it's not really a full pause. So yeah, so I think ATEEZ is going to have another super eventful year in 2023. They don't show any signs of slowing down. Like I said, I think there's a couple months where there's a lot of personal hardships for them, but you know, that's life. That's all of us. They're people too. So yeah, I wish the best for them, and I know they're gonna keep doing what they do. So I expect to see good things from them. If you enjoyed this reading and you want to order one for yourself, remember, check out my Etsy shop. I also sell all kinds of other things there you might be interested in, especially if you're into tarot like I am. Have a great day, guys. Hopefully I'll see you again real soon. Okay, bye.